You've reached What's on Scott's Mind, the last What's on Scott's Mind of April 2026. So I've been hearing a lot of things, and I'm wearing, you'll notice, a Verizon shirt. I used to work for Verizon. Um, I was part of the layoff that the current CEO um, initiated. So I understand. I am not bitter about it. I'm not frustrated. I'm not angry. I just want to be clear. I was part of a layoff. That CEO recently announced that he thought AI was going to generate a 20 to 30% unemployment rate globally. I want to talk a little bit about that because that makes me both sad and also it makes me glad. So let me talk about why it makes me glad first, and then I'll talk about why it makes me sad because that's a much bigger problem. Why it makes me glad is I no longer work for Verizon. I don't have to pay attention to what the guy says. So while I am paying attention to what the guy says, it's only because it is so far in the extreme. So let's talk about it. What makes me sad? First of all, I do not believe that AI is going to leave everything the way it is today. I don't believe that. First of all, I don't believe we're at the age of AI yet. I still think we are in the age of HDMI, human design, machine intelligence. I don't believe that the reality is it's going to be a one-to-one, the way things are. I do believe there are a number of jobs that are going to be created, a number of opportunities that are going to be created, a number of new roles that will be created. Like what happened in every freaking single industrial revolution the world has ever seen. There's always a loss of jobs and new jobs. Now, the transitional period is hard. I don't, however, see a 20 to 30% unemployment. And anybody that does is not paying attention to history. So the reality of history is that there's not going to be a 20% unemployment. The only time our fair world has had a 20% unemployment was in 1929. And that was the global Great Depression that basically spiraled the world into a world war, World War II. The world couldn't recover economically, couldn't recover and get out of its own way. And so effectively, we went to war as a world because we put ourselves in such an economic hole. So, first of all, that's not going to happen again. It's just not going to happen. Economically, the world will not handle that, right? That'll break the world's economy, not the U.S. economy, the EU economy, China's economy. It will break the world's economy. So that's not going to happen, right? That's not even realistic. I do see unemployment ticking up. And in part, that is during the reskilling process. So people are going to learn that there are many new jobs, many new things that they can do, many new things that they are capable of, many new things that effectively they'll be able to do as human beings. So it's a good thing, right? You're going to get new jobs. You're going to get new opportunities, new things that you can do. I do see there's going to be a massive rise in small companies. Look, small companies are different than big companies, and in the U.S., we have to fix the insurance system. Today, healthcare in the U.S. is way too expensive, and I'm not even going to mess with the reality of a central government that can't do anything, because that's where we've been. Out of the last 9 years, we've been there 5 years. We have an ineffective government that isn't going to do anything because they don't understand what causes pain, which is what is also happening in the CEO space, in that you have such a disconnection today. And it's a little scary, but it's also an opportunity. And that opportunity is to reskill, to get yourself up to speed. I'm not going to advertise, but I am going to advertise. My training model is designed around, first of all, the myths and the realities of AI, but it's also designed around ways you can AI proof your own job. And it's free. All you have to do is join Patreon. That's it. Join the Patreon. You get the free copy of Aware. It's yours. I said patrons get a bunch of other things beyond that for free. There's no cost. You will never pay a penny to be a patron on Patreon. Now, if you choose to move to the paid subscription, you get a lot more. I promise you, there's so much more that the paid subscribers get that the free subscribers don't get, including they get the understand, aware, and refine components of Aura. If you join for free, you do get Aura Aware, which is the AI model. For paid members, they get the actual Aura model, not the Aura AI model. So they just get more, right? And that's as it should be. You pay for it, you deserve more. And that is fair and a reasonable thing to do. But the reality is this, okay? We're not going to see a 20 to 30% job market crash because that will crash the world economy. We are going to see a rejiggering. But if you, as an employee right now of a company, if you begin the process of rejiggering your own career, you will truly put yourself in a position where you will successfully empower yourself. You will make yourself valuable. You will be in better position. So what's on Scott's mind today is the reality of what's coming. And the reality of what's coming is not the naysayer and the doom criers and the doom scrollers who are saying 20 to 30% unemployment. I think legitimately we're going to see unemployment tick down from where it is now. It is a lot higher at 4.6% than it should be. It should be somewhere around 4 to 4.1%. That's about the statistical average over the last 100 years, give or take. You can't have zero unemployment. That's not possible because economically that's a bad thing. But you can have, between 3 and 4% unemployment. That leaves you with a little bit of base to move things around, and you can actually build on that. So that's what's on Scott's mind today, the last Scott's Mind of April 2026. Thank you so much for listening.